Thank you, Chair. Dear Minister, dear Commissioner, dear colleagues, our European institutions are in a delicate situation. On the one hand, the economic consequences of the COVID crisis necessitate prudence in spending and planning. On the other, the crisis itself and our responses to it force us to do things differently, to invest and to recover. Let me tell you, Minister, that I have sympathy for your prudent approach, and I myself and the shadows have applied that prudence in developing our position on the budget. We have spoken extensively to all institutions, we have looked at each budgetary line, and we have tried to understand clearly where the needs lie. And we made clear that this is not a time for unreasonable budgetary increases. But it seems to me that the Council and Parliament still fundamentally diverge in their approach to the budget. Whereas the Council is applying horizontal cuts, the Parliament's reading is based on a detailed analysis of the needs of each European institution, which supervise, execute and implement EU law and policy. It is one of those needs that I want to especially highlight in this context. As you know, the Recovery Fund leads to an unprecedented flow of EU money to our economies. I helped negotiate this law and I'm immensely proud of what we have achieved. However, the Council completely ignores that additional money also requires additional supervision. In this context, it seems bizarre to me that the Council cuts posts and budget for the Court of Auditors, and by the way, also for Olaf. We should be increasing these budgets because European citizens demand that funds are not being wasted or defrauded. I also cannot understand why you would like to cut on many other institutions like the Court of Justice or the EEAS. All of those posts are, in our view, fully justified and based in the reality on the ground. Finally, I want to remind you of the incredibly important need to reform and update our European institutions at all times to meet the challenges of our time. We owe it to citizens to constantly rejuvenate and reform from within. And that's why I'm incredibly proud that with COVID, our Parliament has risen to this task and has started a process of internal rejuvenation and reform, which is actually ongoing as we speak. In an open process, we have looked at ways on how to be better at scrutiny. We want to improve the committee culture and the hearings in the way they work. And we want to strengthen the plenary debates to be more engaging and representing of our issues. I invite all institutions to go or to undergo a similar process of rejuvenation and internal reform. And in the same spirit, I invite you, Minister, to push the Council to actually actively engage in the Conference on the Future of Europe, where these debates are taken on a grander scale. It's our shared responsibility to ensure that our institutions are ready for the 21st century and that we can actually work for the well-being and interests of our citizens. And I can only hope that Council and Commission join us in the spirit of responsibility, of reform and rejuvenation. Thank you very much.